is NOAA Weather Radio Station WXJ70, the voice of the National Weather Service. This broadcast comes to you from the National Weather Service office in Melbourne, Florida, on a frequency of 162.55 megahertz. A required weekly test of the NOAA Weather Radio Public Warning System is conducted each Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon and again between 6 and 8 p.m. If severe weather is expected, this test will be postponed until the following day. The forecast for the Melbourne NOAA Weather Radio listening area. Flood watch in effect through Friday evening. Hurricane warning in effect. Tonight, hurricane conditions expected. North winds 45 to 55 miles per hour with gusts to around 70 miles per hour, becoming northwest and increasing to 70 to 90 miles per hour with gusts to around 110 miles per hour after midnight and towards sunrise. Friday, hurricane conditions expected early in the morning. Periods of showers and a chance of thunderstorms. Some storms may produce gusty winds and heavy rainfall. Highs in the lower 80s. West wind 60 to 70 miles per hour with gusts to around 85 miles per hour, decreasing to 35 to 40 miles per hour with gusts to around 50 miles per hour in the afternoon. Chance of rain near 100%. Friday night, mostly cloudy. A chance of showers and thunderstorms until around midnight, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Some storms may produce heavy rainfall. Lows in the upper 70s. West winds 20 to 25 miles per hour, becoming southwest 10 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of rain 50%. Saturday, considerable cloudiness with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the upper 80s. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain 20%. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Lows around 70. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, partly sunny. Highs in the mid-80s. Sunday night, partly cloudy. Breezy. Lows in the mid-70s. Columbus Day, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers. Breezy. Highs in the mid-80s. Chance of rain 20%. The short-term forecast. Conditions deteriorating this evening with increasing winds and rain. Rain bands associated with powerful Hurricane Matthew will push onshore Volusia and Brevard coasts and spread inland across metro Orlando, producing very heavy rainfall and wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches in a short period of time will be possible. Sustained tropical storm force winds are overspreading the Treasure Coast of Martin and St. Lucie counties with gusts to hurricane force developing in squalls. Sustained hurricane winds are forecast to affect the Treasure Coast by midnight and spread northward overnight. At 6 p.m., Major Hurricane Matthew was located 165 miles southeast of Cape Canaveral, moving northwest at 13 miles per hour, and will move very close to the east central Florida coast tonight into Friday. Hurricane warnings are in effect for most of east central Florida, except Lake County where a tropical storm warning is in effect. This is a very dangerous and life-threatening situation. The weather roundup at 8 p.m. At Melbourne, light rain, temperature 79, dew point 77, humidity 94%, wind north at 22 miles per hour, gusting to 31. Pressure 29.66 inches and falling. Elsewhere, in Vero Beach, light rain, temperature 80, wind north at 22 miles per hour, gusting to 36. Orlando, light rain, temperature 76, wind north at 14 miles per hour. Daytona Beach, rain, 81, wind northeast at 23 miles per hour, gusting to 30. Jacksonville, light rain, 73, wind northeast at 17 miles per hour, gusting to 25. Tampa, light rain, 76, wind northeast at 10 miles per hour, gusting to 23. Miami, light rain, 79, wind west at 17 miles per hour, gusting to 29. The latest marine reports. Scripps Buoy 4 miles east of Port Canaveral, water temperature 83, seas 6 feet with a period of 8 seconds. At the buoy 20 nautical miles east of Cape Canaveral, air temperature 81 degrees, sea temperature 83. Northeast wind at 25 knots, gusting to 31. Sebastian Inlet, air temperature 80 degrees, wind north at 25 knots. Settlement Point on Grand Bahama Island, air temperature 78 degrees, wind northeast at 68 knots, gusting to 77. Marine forecast for the following coastal waters from the Volusia-Brevard County line to Sebastian Inlet out to 20 nautical miles. Hurricane warning in effect. Tonight, hurricane conditions. Northeast winds 55 to 65 knots, with gusts to around 80 knots, becoming north 95 to 105 knots, with gusts to around 125 knots after midnight. Seas 10 to 14 feet with a dominant period 10 seconds, building to 30 to 40 feet with a dominant period 10 seconds after midnight. Extremely rough on the intracoastal waters. Showers and chance of thunderstorms. Friday, hurricane conditions expected. Southwest winds 95 to 105 knots, with gusts to around 125 knots, diminishing to 40 to 50 knots, with gusts to around 60 knots in the afternoon. Seas 30 to 40 feet with a dominant period 10 seconds, subsiding to 18 to 24 feet in the afternoon. Extremely rough on the intracoastal waters. Periods of showers and chance of thunderstorms. Friday night, tropical storm conditions possible in the evening. Southwest winds 35 to 40 knots, with gusts to around 50 knots, diminishing to 20 to 25 knots after midnight. Seas 10 to 18 feet with a dominant period 11 seconds, subsiding to 6 to 8 feet after midnight. Extremely rough on the intracoastal waters. Numerous showers and scattered thunderstorms in the evening, then chance of showers and slight chance of thunderstorms after midnight. Saturday, southwest winds 25 to 30 knots, with gusts to around 40 knots, becoming west 15 to 20 knots in the afternoon. Seas 6 to 7 feet. Very rough on the intracoastal waters. Chance of showers and slight chance of thunderstorms. Saturday night, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 7 feet. Choppy on the intracoastal waters. Slight chance of showers. Sunday, northwest winds 15 to 20 knots, becoming north 20 to 25 knots in the afternoon. Seas 8 to 9 feet. Rough on the intracoastal waters. Slight chance of showers. Sunday night, north winds 20 to 25 knots, increasing to 25 to 30 knots, and gusty. Seas 12 to 14 feet. Very rough on the intracoastal waters. Slight chance of showers. Monday, north winds 25 to 30 knots, and gusty diminishing to 20 to 25 knots in the afternoon. Seas 14 to 16 feet. Very rough on the intracoastal waters. Slight chance of showers. Monday night, northeast winds 20 to 25 knots, diminishing to 15 to 20 knots after midnight. Seas 11 to 13 feet. Rough on the intracoastal waters. Chance of showers. Tuesday, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots. Seas 9 to 10 feet. Choppy on the intracoastal waters. Chance of showers and slight chance of thunderstorms. Marine forecast for the following waters from the Volusia-Brevard County line to Sebastian Inlet, extending from 20 to 60 nautical miles. Hurricane warning in effect. Tonight, hurricane conditions. Northeast winds 60 to 70 knots, with gusts to around 90 knots, becoming east 95 to 105 knots, with gusts to around 125 knots after midnight. Seas 9 to 16 feet with a dominant period 13 seconds, building 30 to 40 feet after midnight. Showers and chance of thunderstorms. Friday, hurricane conditions expected. South winds 90 to 100 knots, with gusts to around 125 knots, becoming southwest 35 to 45 knots, with gusts to around 60 knots in the afternoon. Seas 30 to 40 feet with a dominant period 11 seconds, subsiding to 14 to 20 feet in the afternoon. Periods of showers and chance of thunderstorms. Friday night, tropical storm conditions possible. Southwest winds 35 to 40 knots, with gusts to around 50 knots, diminishing to 25 to 30 knots, with gusts to around 40 knots after midnight. Seas 12 to 16 feet with a dominant period 9 seconds. Numerous showers and scattered thunderstorms in the evening, then chance of showers and slight chance of thunderstorms after midnight. Saturday, southwest winds 25 to 30 knots, and gusty becoming west 20 to 25 knots in the afternoon. Seas 8 to 9 feet. Chance of showers and slight chance of thunderstorms. Saturday night, west winds 20 to 25 knots. Seas 8 to 10 feet. Slight chance of showers. Sunday, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots. Seas 10 to 11 feet. Slight chance of showers. Sunday night, north winds 25 to 30 knots, with gusts to around 45 knots. Seas 15 to 17 feet. Slight chance of showers. Monday, north winds 30 knots, and gusty. Seas 14 to 17 feet. Chance of showers. Monday night, northeast winds 25 to 30 knots, and gusty diminishing to 20 to 25 knots after midnight. Seas 12 to 14 feet. Chance of showers. Tuesday, northeast winds 20 to 25 knots. Seas 10 to 11 feet. Chance of showers and slight chance of thunderstorms. The latest tropical cyclone advisory, I have extremely dangerous Hurricane Matthew over the western end of Grand Bahama Island, tropical storm conditions spreading onto the Florida East Coast. At 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the eye of Hurricane Matthew was located over the western end of Grand Bahama Island near latitude 26.6 north, longitude 78.9 west. The hurricane is moving toward the northwest near 13 miles per hour, and this general motion is expected to continue tonight with a turn toward the north-northwest early Friday. On the forecast track, the eye of Matthew should move away from Grand Bahama Island during the next few hours and move close to or over the east coast of the Florida Peninsula through Friday night. Reports from a NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that maximum sustained winds are now near 130 miles per hour with higher gusts. Matthew is a Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Some fluctuations in intensity are likely while the hurricane moves toward the coast of Florida. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 60 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 185 miles. Settlement Point in the Bahamas recently reported a sustained wind of 79 miles per hour with a gust of 105 miles per hour. The Lake Worth near Palm Beach, Florida, recently reported a sustained wind of 46 miles per hour and a wind gust of 60 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure estimated from NOAA Hurricane Hunter data is 939 millibars, 27.73 inches. Dangerous Hurricane Matthew continues to move northwestward over the northern Bahamas and is forecast to move very near or over the east central coast of Florida late tonight and into Friday. Conditions will continue to deteriorate through the remainder of the evening and especially overnight as the outer rain bands from Matthew continue to increase in both number and intensity. Extremely dangerous, life-threatening weather conditions are forecast in the next 12 to 24 hours. The center of Hurricane Matthew containing the strongest wind gusts, storm surge, and heavy rain squalls will move very near or over portions of the east central Florida coastline very early Friday morning and into the afternoon. Widespread, extensive to devastating wind impacts will be felt. Airborne debris lifted by extreme winds will be capable of breaching structures, unprotected windows, and vehicles. Effects such as these have not been experienced in Central Florida in decades. Local conditions will likely exceed what occurred during the hurricanes of 2004. Expect widespread power outages. Inland from the coastline, the threat is high for sustained hurricane force winds for a period of time Friday morning, with a high threat for strong tropical storm force winds farther inland over Lake County. With an expected track close to the coastline, the potential for life-threatening storm surge flooding is high to extreme. Storm surge flooding of 7 to 11 feet is expected along the barrier island of Volusia and Brevard counties, with 4 to 7 feet of inundation expected over Indian River, Martin, and St. Lucie County barrier islands. Large breaking waves along beaches will peak between 12 to 18 feet and produce rough, pounding surf, resulting in a significant hazard of coastal flooding from dune breaching, along with very severe beach scouring and sand dune erosion. significant downwind piling and surging of water will occur within the intracoastal waterway, lagoons, and inlets. The close approach of Matthews Eye to the east central Florida coast means properties facing east and west along the intracoastal waterway will be susceptible to wind-driven piling of water. Additionally, wind-driven piling of water will be possible along the banks of the St. Johns River in Lake and Volusia counties. Heavy rain, especially in squalls, will increase in coverage and frequency across east central Florida Thursday into Friday. Widespread rainfall totals of 5 to 8 inches are expected with locally higher amounts, especially along the coast. Saturated soils in many areas from heavy September and early October rainfall will hold very little additional water before water quickly begins to pond, especially in low-lying and urban areas. Standing water will be capable of quickly rising, especially in flood-prone areas, and could enter homes and businesses during Matthew's passage. Residents and visitors to east central Florida are strongly encouraged to monitor the latest track and intensity forecasts from the National Hurricane Center. Ensure final preparations according to your readiness plans have been completed. Situation overview. The next local statement will be issued by the National Weather Service in Melbourne, Florida around 12 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or sooner if conditions warrant.